And we're going to hit the road and drive about 30 minutes to a nearby village that's a stone village up on a plateau overlooking the countryside. It's the town of LesBaux. And what a remarkable sight it is. It's quite unique. A stone village that dates back to the Middle Ages. It went through an important period as a refuge and a fortress. Being up on a hill, it was easy to defend it. And then in the Renaissance days, it continued as a thriving village on the hill. And in a later period, it was kind of falling apart and depopulated, and it was then rebuilt in the middle 20th century and renovated and restored. André Malraux, the culture minister, had a lot to do with preserving this town, and now it's a great attraction for the visitor. Fun shops to enjoy, there's historic sites, a good place to pick up some postcards, t-shirts, and potpourri. We popped into the tourist information office for a quick overview. I wonder, how old are these buildings?
Yes, the village here at the entrance is Renaissance.
Renaissance, okay.
Yes, and when you pass through the castle at the top, it's Middle Ages.
Okay.
Yes.
So first there was just the castle.
Yes.
And the buildings around the castle.
And after, the village Renaissance. It was for defense.
For defense.
Yes. So if I will show you on the map. Here we are right here at number 1. Okay.
Yeah, right.
And you continue that way, and here you take la porte des guerres.
Okay.
Aiguer's door. And in French, Aiguer is la porte d'eau.
That's the lower town.
Yes.
Well, that's great. You're very kind. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
The dramatic location up on this rocky plateau made the area easy to defend, and therefore people have been living here, it's believed, for nearly 5,000 years. The medieval village was built up from about the 10th century, when the fortress and the citadel were first constructed back in the feudal era. And these stone houses grew up over the centuries, and nearly 3,000 people lived here at the peak of occupation, which was in the 1300s and the early 1400s. So today it's this solid stone village. Stone paved roads, cobblestone lanes, stone walls, stone staircases, and yet it's a microcosm. It's really quite small. You can walk through it in half an hour, but then you'll want to spend at least 45 minutes here in the museum and out on the plateau visiting the citadel. You see here the old castle, the old palace, and a model showing the plateau up on the stony cliffs. The castle itself was destroyed back in the 1600s in one of the various wars that were rampaging through this area. They even built houses inside these stone caves that they carved themselves. The stone LesBaux has a lot of bauxite, so it turns out that in the 1820s, this became an important area to mine for aluminum. The citadel has this steep staircase. You can climb up it, but not for the faint of heart or those afraid of heights. When you climb up, you have a nice view. There's an ancient sling trebuchet that was used back in the Middle Ages in the siege of villages. It could sling rocks 200 yards. Now it's all very peaceful here, especially in the month of November. If you come in the summer, these lanes are going to be chock-a-block with other visitors. But in the off-season, it's really possible to have the place just about to yourself. Nice way to see it. So you can come in March, or April would be lovely. Late October, November, great time to see it. Well, now we're moving along. LesBaux and Saint-Remy are just outside of Arles, about a 40-minute drive. So we're back into Arles to catch our train, and we are traveling through the south of France by train.
Train is always a very comfortable way to travel. First class is air conditioned, it's really smooth, and you've got this beautiful scenery outside the windows.